But they're not mistakes. As I said to Java, it is merely perception of these things. They are not mistakes. They are just opportunities to learn. So, and if you can spot what you would consider to be a mistake, you're very gladsome. All right. It's a delicious last course of the delicious. It's still retro vibes, is it not? Cuphead is just very retro style. I mean, look at it. I'm keeping you all on your toes this evening. Who says I'm a one-trick pony, eh? I've done this run before, yes. There's not a lot I don't get involved in with Maya, in all honesty. Okay, except for like scuffing everything up right now. Okay, we're playing a gamble here. We have one life, so this could just die very quickly. Guess what? Guess what? It didn't. Oh, I'm no distortion. Let's do that. Let's throw that out the window. We are no distortion. But we will take a first try Forest Follies. I mean, he's paid to do this stuff as well. Like, if I could not work and do this, I'd probably spend more time doing stuff. Like, but no, take that out of the equation. Definitely machine. Definitely some sort of robotics in there.
A great slam and then some. Now go.
I mean, I don't expect any PB in that here. Technically, the time we're comparing it against is a time that I haven't actually got a valid run for. You can ask Sancho about that one. Also, can we get a shout out for Sancho, who's currently streaming at the moment? Oh no, no, wrong one. No, stop dashing.
Pudding!
Yeah, we know we're gonna die there. We keep dashing for some reason. I'm getting mixed up between all the different bloody things I'm running here. So. Thank you for the shout out there. Appreciate you. Yeah, thought we'd lose time there. We probably would have got some time back if we didn't have to restart there, but... There's going to be a few things that cook me in this, 100%. This isn't a run I do very often. Let's just put it that way. I think I've done this about 3 times.
A brawl is surely brewing. And begin.
Gary179, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, welcome in. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Gordo from Gordo's Games. Yes, that is me. I am a speedrunner, challenger, and variety streamer. You name it, I do, and generally with a smile on my face and a coffee at my side. Coffee's gone, but we're going on, bro, so we're good. We're currently in the process of sending a random Cuphead for a non-simple. What were you playing before this, Dari? And welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for trusting me with your community. Get out of there. Can we get a shout out for Dari, please, when our cooldown's finished? Alright, so let's not get bodied by this absolute mare.
Pudding!
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright. Boom. Okay, okay. Look, a hit there, that's fine. Oh. Which way's it going? That way. Okay, okay. Annoyingly, we're getting caught there. Ooh, Lord. I think this is one I got caught in a few times. Just by the split. This one's simple. This one's simple. This is not a thing. You're not going to see me walk into a regular run straight off the bat. I mean, Michael, we've gone from Terminator 2 to Streets of Rage, Shinobi, Ragebound. Past few days, we ain't about to like walk into Cuphead completely psycho. Stop dashing. Oh dear. All right. Mike, it's almost like you were shaming me there. It's like, oh, this man, I thought this was a run. This guy, get out of here. Welcome in, Wicked Knight. Welcome in. How are you feeling? Have you done any practice for E33 and are you ready to be spanked by the Mexican Nacho Libre? It is an easy no. But it then gets ridiculous on the regular as well. No. I think I'm an okay gamer, but I am no distortion or something like that. I think it's this one first, which sucks. Yeah, I think I'm an okay gamer. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I remain somewhat modest, but I do appreciate that. Get here, Jebend. Go on. Haha. Nah, you're not. You, Gumball, needs to do one. What do we got next? Okay, you. Ooh la la. No, we'll just do it with this one. That was close. Too close for my liking. I must have had a good fight against her because I didn't expect any time loss there. Pretty sure my fights have been crap against her. Then it's Wally the Wobble. Okay, it's the bird time. This one here. Ba-da-da-da-da. Oh, crap, weren't paying attention. Oh, crap, missed it. What? Mother chucker. We're good, we're good. We'll take it. We'll take it. Mother clucker indeed. Wow. Exact same amount of time save. And then it's down this way to this dude slash Geely slash thing.
A great slam and then some. It's on.
Ah, okay, we lost 2 lives there already. That is not good. But we'll see. I will catch up in chat in a second after I lose this run again. That happens through a lot, watching a lot of streamers though. That was unfortunate. That would have gave us some decent time save as well there. Oh crap, I didn't see those bottom burst out. No worries, you won't get some rest, Maiko. Appreciate you tuning in as always. Rest up, take it easy. Ah, you're always welcome. You're always welcome. Always feel free to share your work within the Enemy Center stuff. And we're down to 1 health again by here. This is why you should never be like me. You should main a game and just be good at it. We best have hit that as well. We cooking ourselves. All right, we're gonna carry on though. I mean, I didn't realize we had time save still, but you know. I'd never even seen this one. Okay. We get a shout out from Mayako.
Pudding!
Thank you, that was Excel. I'm calling it now. Oh, let's not get caught out here. Must have been, nah, was it you, Projects? I thought you'd be busy, that's why I didn't think it was you, mate. And we finally get it after all that. I think in some places we greedy too much with the trying to get the 5 stack on the bomb. Then it is oh, that's the clown guy.
Good day for us. Well done. Now go.
Okay, we're losing 1 life already. That was annoying. Alright, down to 1 health. Okay. It's the yellow strap the bat. Yellow you have to duck for and then find the gap. That is unfortunate. I'm pretty sure I died here loads to be fair though, so... What's up, Alan? How you doing, sir? Oh, sounds good, mate. Sounds good. What time are you streaming with Excel? Or are you not? Crap. Okay, so we lost loads of time there. So we lost time at Genie and the Clown more than anything. Onto Grim Matchstick, which is back up that way. I think it's the Dargan. I'd rest up though, mate. I'd rest up. Knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, we're gonna hemorrhage some. Nice. You got some boys to play with it there now? You found some peeps? Asshole. Asshole. One dude is all you need. What timing there, Simon? What timing? What's up, motherfucker? Simon, so I'm officially, my Gears solo run's been verified. Officially up there now. I've got to do Gears 2 next. Why? Alan, just have normal sleep. Why?
Pudding!
You're a day shift person now. You're good, mate. You're good. No, you're good. You're good. Don't do it to yourself, Alan, for no reason. It isn't worth it. You've been up for 20 hours, just get some sleep. Shit. Fucking might remember like a fish, Dory the fish over here. Oh, I'm gonna do that. Oh no. What am I gonna do? What else can I do? I'll listen to some Taylor Swift. What am I gonna do? Yeah, we lost a shit ton of time. Alright. Let's do this way.
Mr. King's eyes.
I'm doing this again. I still don't know what my PB is. Oh, my bad. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, we're screwed. Yeah. Thought we were. I feel like this one does the most damage. This one's the safest, but we can't afford just to be safe. So we go middle now. Nope. We haven't done enough damage then. Oh, we threw that. We threw that. Oh, Lord Almighty. I 100% got mugged off. You are bang on the money, Control. How are we doing? Oh, mate, we're throwing. I jumped into that with no reason or logic at all. As much as I've enjoyed the pain of this game, it'll be a while before I play it in full. A fantastic game though. It is. This is R3, yeah. We were ahead for a little while, but then we lost it as just as I got to the genie. Ironically, the robots. Oh yeah, this annoying fucker. This isn't the worst one. We actually get body blocked at the stage play one. That's the... Oh crap. Forgot about that. Forgot about everything. I forgot what I'm doing here. Oh. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Yeah, this is me speedrunning it. My best time, if it wasn't for the Mighty Sancho, is 51.78. Alright. But also big shout out to Quirky, because I do think it's all looking a lot more slicker now. That's for sure. There's a few things I want to just add to it, just to kind of nothing to the look itself, but just like Well, stream information more so. But I'm digging it. We're on to stage play. This one's looks donkey dick.
Here's a real high-class bout. You're up.
Oh, crap. Did not want to be losing lives just there. Oh, yeah. Let's just do this one life. Yeah, we got this with one life, yeah. Really? Didn't see the milk, came out of nowhere. Came out of nowhere. Alright, maybe I'm just... Okay, we're going to use this one for this time. And then we're going to swap to the chaser, go into the next one. See you later. Alright. Now let's focus on all the things and just focus on trying to get this done. Okay. What did I say about focusing about getting this done? Yeah, ignore that whole thing. I'm getting clocked by milk bottles left and right. Am I just my perception going out the window? I cannot see the milk bottle. %, 100%. You ain't wrong, Simon. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Fuck. Did not. Nah, there's no way he's like, oh shit. I know, right, man? Jesus. It's like that time when me and you fought General Rama and couldn't even beat him. Nah, not this time. Oh, now we got the rhythm. Fine, it's fine, it's fine. See, we got there in the end. What are you talking about? Someone. First time and everything. No one saw any different, right? Good to hear, folks. Glad you're all on my side. Yeah, but you're cockeyed.
Will get red hot. You're up.
The run is going in the bin. Joke. It's alright. It's alright. Zoom. Alright. I mean, it's not a 51-57 ace, Sancho. The giant ass dragon. The most priceless way to get a rejection.
This match will get red hot.
Oh, this one sucks. Yeah, basically. They run for this when my PB got rejected because Sancho had his dragon out on the stream. He's dragging these nuts across it. Which is fair play because it did cover up some of the thing. That's why we're no longer allowed extremely large dragons here. Can you go this way? Yep.
A brawl is surely brewing. And begin.
Oh, I don't remember this one at all. Nope. Nope, don't remember it. Okay, cool. Good start. Okay, lure him down, then go out. Okay. Get a boom. Get a boom, boom, boom. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, okay, just don't get caught in the electric, with the water with the electric eel, I guess.
I'm lurking over here.
Thank you for the lurk, thank you for the lurk. We'll take that. We take that. And onto this one, and that is up this way.
A brawl is surely brewing. Now go.
I think the run finishes for this when we speak to the King Dice. I can't remember. I cannot remember. Shit. Honestly thought I was gonna die there. Okay, folks. That is a Cuphead Simple Run. Don't say we don't vary things up. But we got it done. Wasn't quite as good as our previous